Hello, everybody, and welcome to DeepChat. It was once Deep State, then the Deep State podcast, and then we called it DeepChat. And you know, um, next week it's probably going to be the toe sucking boys. I don't fucking know anymore. I just keep changing on
I
a
think that's a
dime.
great name, honestly.
Speak when
The
spoken to,
toe
faggot.
sucking
Okay.
boys. Oh,
All right.
oh,
So, anyways, guys, we live in a pretty bad society right now. We live in a society that's gearing up for totalitarianism, for the takeover of, just our lives and our freedoms. And it's not through what's the word? Like it's not through government, all right? It's through these corporations that have connections to the government, these tech companies that, government seems to pump in money to, and they pump in money to like government projects themselves. And it's not looking good, and we're just cheering it on. Any sort of technological advancement we just cheer on because the people selling it are very good at selling bullshit to us, and all this other stuff. But in these dark times, there are great heroes, and one of those great heroes is my co-host Matt and Paulo today. And explain why. Explain why you are defending the American way.
yeah. So, guys, this may sound really crazy to you, but I figured out how should you say, a big life hack
Mm-hmm.
that you too can follow, and you can follow my life choices.
Yeah.
Um, and these life choices here will actually be beneficial to you, but they will be a hindrance to the government. And this one
Exactly.
life hack is become a juggalo. Now,
Yes.
hear me out. Uh, Quite recently, there's been an article by Consequence of Sound
Mm-hmm.
that you cannot get your face detected by surveillance cameras and other forms of technology that use facial recognition if you wear juggalo face. Apparently, uh, the black parts of the makeup or whatever, uh, they like block or like morph the certain points that the cameras like recognize. So I think if uh if uh, if America's willing, they should be down with the goddamn clown, and they should definitely wear face paint. That way, a lot less people can track where you are. A lot less companies can use your facial data um, to sell to borderline pedophiles, if not actual pedophiles. And I just think that for once in their lives, juggalos have really made a huge difference, and I'm glad that I can be a part of it today.
I mean, Juggalos made a huge difference to me, actually.
Oh, really, Jacob? How
Yeah, they
so?
lowered the property of my neighborhood.
Oh,
Ba-boom!
baboom!
Do, 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 do. Shots fired. Alright. Enough stealing from Cumtown. But wait. What about the fact that all Juggalos are considered gang members?
Nah, that's like an urban legend, dude.
How's it an
They're
urban
considered
legend?
because well, like you hear all those crazy stories about like juggalos, like eating people's fingers
No,
and
the FBI
killing their girlfriends.
labeled them a gang.
Nah, man, that's all the government lying to you. That's all lies.
Alright then, because I was just thinking, what about the Kiss Army? Maybe you should join them.
Well, see, the thing is, the Kiss Army is led by Gene Simmons, and look, I don't think let's. Yeah,
Um,
I'm just not gonna go there. Uh,
yeah, I forgot you're a
so
huge anti-Semite. Forgot about that.
oh, I was just gonna say that he just smells bad, but
I mean,
I guess you could say that.
like, I know you were angry that your grandfather got taken off a monument, right?
Well, I wouldn't say he's my grandfather. I'd say he's a local person in the area.
Yeah.
Uh, but speaking of that, since you want to bring that up,
Yeah.
in my local news, there was a big how should I say this? A big ruckus, a big stir
Yeah.
over the plaques that were placed in a local area where I live,
Mm-hmm.
and these plaques were in memory of the East Coast Knights of the True Invisible M.
My personal favorite rock band, yes.
Yeah, and this rock band also it's a it's a legion of the KKK. I found that really odd that my local area would dedicate a bunch of plaques to these people, and then they realize, oh wait, this is the KKK. Never mind. Let's just take those down. Whoopsies! I didn't mean to do that.
How long has that
Did I
thing been?
do that?
How long has that thing been up there? Like, a plaque like that should have been at least like your KKK plaque should at least be down by the 90s. All right, like that's the cutoff point. After that, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. Like
No. The weird thing is, this has only been up for 3 weeks.
3 what? Who did this?
Yeah.
Whose man
I
is
don't
this?
know.
What?
I need to figure this out. Like, this is really weird. Well, let's see here. Yeah, the plaques read, East Coast Knights of the True Invisible Empire, which obviously is a legion of the KKK. Blah blah blah. I'm just trying
Sounds
to
like
skim
a
through this
WoW
article
guild,
here.
to be honest.
Yeah, it's a little wacky.
I feel
According
like
to city official,
there's 3 things you could be in life if you play Dungeons and Dragons now. You're going to become a software developer, a writer for fucking Bleeding Cool or Collider, or a member of the KKK. It's one of those 3.
it's only those 3.
Yeah,
it's
only
one of
those
3.
3.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or Marilyn Manson. I forgot about him.
Oh. I think we all have by this point.
Yeah.
No, but according to city officials, the plaque
Marilyn
was bought
Manson's
in
ex-wives,
September.
don't forget. Because he took him to Pound Town. Boom.
Boo.
Baba booey.
No, the plaque was bought in September 2016 by an individual from Venus, Texas. So, like, not even where I live. And that person later provided an address in Anacostia for the application. The plaque was installed 3 weeks ago, along with other plaques.
Yeah.
While many we spoke with say they don't appreciate the plaque being here on public square, it looks like it may be here to stay. As much as we don't like what's there, we cannot take it down. It would be unconstitutional. This is what Rick Gazinski told my local news. They said some person from like New Jersey was complaining about it.
How many? Wait,
but yeah,
he made other plaques. Like, what other plaques did he make?
See, that was the only one that was dedicated to them.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of plaques that are dedicated to different people, but this one specifically, this one little plaque, and like if you see the article pic, like it's literally just one little plaque, is dedicated to some leader of the KKK. I don't know why. But yeah, it also kind of sucks because the plaques to the left and right of it are for people that like died, I think, or something. Like,
I mean, they're also dead. Like,
no, it's just really weird that you have someone that's like it says here, like in memory of Francis Red Wojolski or whatever. Love Nancy and Kids, and then East Coast Knights of the True Invisible Empire right next to it. Like, wow.
Oh wait, is it like just a bunch of like tiles that are dedicated to people, and somebody just put a
Yeah.
KKK group on there?
Yeah, they just bought a KKK one. Like,
Hmm.
that's it. But you know what else is weird, Jacob?
What? I
Uh,
mean,
a lot more recently too was the big person on Instagram, Belle Delphine.
Belle
She
Delphine, yes.
sold her she sold her bathwater for $30, and
Yeah.
it turns out that it wasn't even hers.
What?
There was a DNA testing by a person recent who was a medical professor or whatever, and it turns out there was no DNA in the bathwater. So it turns out all these boys, these horny boys, who wasted $30, 30 whole smackaroos, did not get a taste of Belle Delphine's ass farts
Yeah.
in their water. This is an outcry for gamers
Yes.
everywhere.
Even then, it probably still would be an outcry because people would complain that it's fake gamer sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think this brings up a more interesting question.
Yes.
Who else should sell the bathwater?
Mm.
Who else is willing to dip in a tub and sell their water for outrageous prices?
Well, I know Extra Credits is losing subscribers and also monetary gain. Maybe they should sell some of their bathwater.
Do you think they'd really stoop that low to like cash in on a meme? Because I mean, perhaps.
There you are, making a video about how playing a Nazi in a video game makes you a Nazi. And then boom, you're losing money. You didn't ask for this. So now you have to sell your bathwater.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't pondered this for a while to myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it'd be a spectacle if someone like Amy Schumer sold her bathwater.
Oh.
Like, just the most unlikable comedian, the worst comedian probably on earth, tries to like cash in and sells her bathwater for no reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Speaking of,
I just want to see like an article where it's like Amy Schumer sells bathwater, makes no sales.
I actually want to see Joey Diaz sell his bathwater, but he accidentally drops.
Joey Diaz.
But he accidentally drops all his hallucinogens in the water sometimes. So it's like a trip. It's either just like Joey Diaz body fluids or Joey Diaz like fucking body fluids and acid.
Damn.
Yeah.
That would be quite a trip. I have to say. I mean, to be honest, like either one would be a trip. I mean, drinking his body fluids alone is probably like 3 doses of ketamine or something. Like it has to be.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like imagine. I think this would sell, and I think it would be for another great challenge because there were like YouTubers drinking like Bella's bathwater. Wings of Redemption bathwater. How does that sound?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh.
That would be just getting that one stray pube in your jar. It's like, oh man, I have to drink that.
Yeah.
Or just have like a big belly button that like just at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like, I don't know, like some like chest mold or some shit. Like I don't know. Like they do definitely is quite the mountain of a man.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the kind of bathwater would be in a jar for $30.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know Mormons, this is actually true. Mormons at one point went out and baptized dead Jewish people who died in the Holocaust. Or were in the Holocaust.
I wonder if the Mormons, for some odd reason, waited years for the right opportunity to sell those like dead Jews bathwater.
Yeah, Yeah, like they baptized dead people. Apparently, like I don't know if this is true or not, but like rumor has it that the Mormons have done this to Anne Frank about 9 times.
9 times.
Nine. Like,
dude, it's always thinking.
My gosh, like
Uh,
imagine that, like they were like, okay, I don't think she's finally Mormon yet. We're gonna have to put her back in the water. Like, I don't know how true that is, but it's
I
definitely.
wouldn't put it past Mormons.
I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Like, why do you say like anybody?
Who doesn't want to dig up the corpse of Anne Frank and look at them luscious
that's a
locks?
fair point. That's a fair point, I have to say.
Uh,
Oh, hello, Anne. Time for another dip in the pool. Hope you don't mind.
Imagine you're Anne Frank and you're just peacefully resting, but you're woken up every time somebody digs your corpse up. It's the 90s, somewhere mid-late 90s. Anne Frank, she's just sleeping peacefully. You start hearing the sounds of just like folky bullshit while you're being digged out. She's wondering what the fuck's going on. And then
I'm a loser, baby.
No,
so why don't you kill me?
No.
What?
She's wondering who's there. They get the casket out. They dig it up. What a beautiful life there down in the sea, in the airplanes over the sea. Hello, Anne Frank, it's me, your new boyfriend, Jeff Mangum. I'm going to protect you from the Nazis. And then Matty Fox pops out and he's like, guess what? The Nazis are dead. Yeah. Yep.
Matty Fox just like rolls in. He's like, guys, listen, I know you're trying to protect Anne Frank and all, but come on. I already tried that. They're all dead.
What?
The Nazis, they're dead. I'm sorry.
God damn it. You want to play poppin' music?
Hells yeah.
All right.
But not Poppin' 3. That's the bad.
This isn't going to be a long relationship then.
Oh, man.
Neutral Milk Hotel should have made the album about Matty Fox being trapped in his room.
I think that'd be a great album concept, to be honest. Mm-hmm. It's like every track is just a new way for him to kill his mom. He's trying to...
Speaking of concepts, the concept of podcasts. There's a bunch of podcasts on Spotify, and I just wanna ask if you think these are actual podcasts or not.
All right.
I'm looking through all this stuff. Like, I'm trying to find an easy one. Something you may or may not know. Alright then. Welcome to Night Vale. Is that a real podcast or not?
Welcome to Night Vale?
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Alright, you're correct. It's a, I don't fucking know. It's about ghosts or some shit. It's like a radio play or whatever.
Isn't that like like I forget, but wasn't that like a big thing because of like DashCon or some shit?
Like, yeah, it was like this. It was super popular on Tumblr, and then they then DashCon happened, and they decided to bounce because they didn't pay them shit. Alright then. Here's another one. Is this a real podcast or not? Young Gravy presents Gravy and the Boys.
I want to go with yes.
No, that's not a real podcast, thankfully.
Oh, damn. Damn it.
Alright then. Next one is gotta find one here. Or not find one. I might be messing with you right now.
Damn.
Bitch, I'm fabulous. The LGBT community talk hour.
That has to be real.
No.
God damn it! I was
Okay, then.
I was leaning towards no, but
Right.
because I know there's like this one podcast on here that you might bring up. I don't know, but it sounds a lot like it.
Alright then. Here's another one. Why won't you date me? With Nicole Byer.
That one has to be real.
It is.
That one, yeah, like it,
I should've, like...
you can't be messing with me twice.
Yeah.
Like,
like I feel like I could have just like made a podcast and he would have said that's real the entire time. But
that's real, man.
Okay, here it is. Nicole Byer is single and has been for decades. She's smart, funny, has a fat ass, and loves giving blowjobs. So the question is, why is she perpetually single? This podcast is the quest to find the answer. Sounds fun.
That thing alone, like you just telling me about it makes me not want to date her.
Yeah.
That's just like a big turn off.
All right, then. Here's one. My brother, and me.
No.
That's a real one. And it's actually really popular. It's basically the McElroy brothers, and how should I put this? They're for people who like the idea of comedy, but not the idea of like being offensive, basically. So it's like that. And yeah, like their fathers used to be like a radio host, and like the descriptions for all their shows are terrible. And here it is. All aboard the food trains pulling into the station, and it's
That's
60
an awful
robots.
Title.
No, that's it's called the food train, but I'm talking about the description here. Okay. All aboard the food trains pulling into the station, and its 60 robot shelves are prepared to meet your every culinary desire. Asterisk. Do not board the food train under any circumstances. Your body will be annihilated. Suggested talking points. Songland. Stealing a big lamp. The Scullery. Vacation clothes. Reba Mayo. And intangible cutscenes. Like, I'm not trying to make fun of these guys, but these are terrible descriptions. Like, they're like, it's like if those really unfunny jokes or comments on Reddit that you see on like Twitter and the comment awards came to life and made a podcast.
It just sounds like a bedtime story to me. Like, all aboard the food train, kids. Like,
yeah, it definitely appeals to the what's it called? The littles, the little space. It definitely would appeal to those people. Like, fuck, what else? There's one that was really bad. Oh, here it is. Today's episode is all about dad hacks, which is easy to say. How to hack your dad and make him buy you as many expensive fish tanks as you want. You won't lie, it's not going to be easy. But when you got your hands on one of those big aquatic beauties, you'll know it was all worth it. Suggested talking points. We the fans, fungus medicine theft, the authentic egg stink, ancient chocolates, the Earl of sandwiches, Travis Tritt's fish and shits, and anarchist Ellen. And these people are very popular in the world of podcasts. Yeah.
amazing.
I'm not gonna like diss on them, but it's like they obviously have like their niche, and their niche is completely their dog shit, but it's a niche, you know. Everybody has one. Like I swear I remember like one of them might have been on a podcast that I kind of liked, but I'm not sure. Let me see. It's a good podcast. Alright, so here's another thing that will tell you that our society isn't worth staying around. The entirety of Spotify, of the Spotify podcast section, has a true crime section. Woo.
True crime,
Yeah, that's
like a radio series, like a show like on the 30s or 40s where the kids would play the radio.
like
Like,
it's
is that what it is?
it's the
Like,
it's for people who like crimes, like people talking about them. Quick question:
oh,
how many black true crime stations, like not like black people running them, but like black people talking, but like them talking about like black crimes are there?
uh, I want to say 12.
One, at least on here,
Oh,
and it's
oh,
about OJ. I mean,
oh, of course it is.
everybody knows that people who are into true crime hate black people.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Well,
true statement.
unless you play True Crime, like New York, which is a great game, by the way.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they're like LA was better. They probably think that.
They're like,
Alright then, here's an even better one.
like, yeah, because yeah, yeah.
Here's an even better one. How many conservative podcasts are in their news and politics section?
None.
Well, there's Ben Shapiro. That's the only one.
Really?
Yeah.
They have him on there?
Yeah, that's the only one that
Wow.
they have. But they have like major mainstream news that do like podcasts, and like there's this one that I just love. It's the Dan Bongonio show, and here's
The actual fuck is that?
it's you're gonna love the description. You really will. He's a former Secret Service agent, former NYPD officer, and New York Times bestseller. Selling offer. Fuck. I fuck everything up. Fuck me in the ass. Oh yeah, daddy. Sorry. Join Dan Bologno each weekday as he tackles the hottest political issues, debunking both liberal and Republican establishment rhetoric. He is so fucking
Based.
yeah. He's
a based centrist.
yes.
Guys, listen up. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the left and the right have problems.
Bad. That's instead of left bad, right bad. It's like all bad. Like I remember seeing like one of those NPC comics where like the right and the left were and like the centrists were both NPCs. But like yeah, like I'm sure this is what what is it? Like everybody who what like that person who always says, I don't vote for anybody, this is their favorite podcast. Or maybe not, because
yeah,
guess what
totally.
most of these like episodes are about?
What could they possibly be about?
They're mostly just talking shit about liberals.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I guess based not centrist. Huh.
So it's what's his name from Spider-Man? JJ, what the fuck's his name? JJ
No.
or yeah,
Jameson.
JJ Jones. Yeah, Jameson Jonathan.
No, that dude. No, he was justified in everything he said. Spider-Man is a menace on society. I'm sorry, Rocket Man. But I'm trying to see like yeah, there's also a kids and family section, which I'm telling you now, no kids are listening to podcasts at all.
Could you imagine a kid actually listening to a podcast?
Yeah, they do. It's called r/Chapo's Trap House. Okay, I'm joking, everybody. Of course, everybody on our Chapo Trap House is a big brain individual.
They are at least 23 years old.
Exactly. At least. Like, yeah, like, I'm just looking through some of this stuff. Like, these names are terrible. Like, Tiny Meat Gang, fucking Girls Gotta Eat, My Favorite Murderer. Like, it's like everybody, you know, they, it's shit. It's real bad. Like, it's really bad. Like, so bad. Just gonna say that for
God,
the
it's
rest.
so bad.
It's really
It's so bad.
Is there a I wish there was a podcast on here about indigo children.
That would be quite a podcast, and I would actually follow that.
What are your thoughts on indigo children? Because you're working on something for that, right?
Yeah, I'm working on a drone, a ambient drone album. And the concept is about indigo children. I don't really hate them, but I do think, well, I do think there's
You think
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Huh?
You think they're retarded, right?
No. Yeah.
All right.
But see, the thing with the concept album is that the title's called "We're Not Retarded, We're Indigo."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a nice play on my own opinion and their opinion on themselves, and it's really woke.
Mm-hmm. What? Do you have any funny indigo stuff to talk about?
No, I really wish I did. I mean, to be honest, you're more of an expert on it than I am.
Not really.
I'm still like
I saw
dabbling in it.
one documentary on Vice, and that was it.
Because the funny thing is, I only got into them the whole lore or like whatever you want to say, because the one rap duo, the underachievers, the underachievers are self-proclaimed indigo children or some shit.
And they're also the reason Capital Steez is dead.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. They fucked his ass up.
Definitely.
No if, ands, or buts about it. Oh, this is also a podcast I think you would call epic and based. It's called Potterless. It's about a grown man reading Harry Potter for the first time. Because apparently society has decided that children's books are the utmost quality in our nation's literature.
Dude, I think we should get on this. I think we have to make a new podcast. Fuck DeepChat, and we're just gonna read all the Goosebumps books. And the kids they'll just go like bananas over it. Or better yet, they'll get goosebumps.
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, like there's that, and this one, which of course I think is over now. They did a podcast for Adventure Time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Channel Awesome did that.
Channel Awesome did a bunch of stuff where they're just watching fucking children's shows and shit like that, you know?
They did Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, and Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just baffled me. Like, these are 30-year-old people watching shows made for preteens. I mean, what more can you say?
Oh, here's something even sadder. This is the second Adventure Time podcast I've seen. There was another one with it legit had Open Mike Eagle on it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like...
I guess Open Mike Eagle is a pretty big fan of a show made for preteens.
I guess Open Mike Eagle is also very boring, as always.
I don't know if I say boring. I just say that like Open Mike Eagle is more open. He's open to things like preteens. Too open-minded.
Open Mike Eagle.
Too open Mike Eagle.
That's his new name. Too Open
If
Mike
there's the
Eagle.
off chance, if the off chance Open Mike Eagle is open enough to watch or rather listen to our podcast, that was clearly a goof and a cat, you
Yeah.
know.
This is your evil twin, Too Open Mike Eagle, who's open to a lot of bad things, like preteens.
Yeah.
Like he comes into the room, he's like, hey guys, it's me, Open Mike Eagle, and are there any preteens here? I wanna rap off beep to them. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Open Mike Eagle, we just want to hear you play your songs. We didn't want to hear you play with your dick. It's kind of a little too far.
Yeah.
No, but you know what's not open, Jacob?
What?
That's like not that open-minded, to be quite honest.
My girl's pussy?
Well, I mean, besides that,
Okay.
freaking America, dude.
Exactly.
I mean, have you seen the news lately with all these people, man?
All of them.
Like they're all like really upset about the fact that like Disney is potentially casting a black female lead for The Little Mermaid.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe that? We live in a world where people care about a Disney movie. This is ludicrous.
Yeah.
You know what? I applaud Disney for taking the charge, taking the lead, in fact, for a casting. I believe, who was it, Halle Berry or someone? I don't remember. I don't even care.
Yeah. They're
for
also they're not
Little
also
Mermaid.
fighting racism, but they're also fighting ageism, because Halle Berry is old as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm guessing it's
Halle
going to be
Berry's at
explained
least 50?
because she's been in the ocean so long that she gets all wrinkly and shit. So that's why she looks so old, because she's been in the ocean so long.
Like, this just brings up more questions.
Poseidon
Who
is
is Disney
actually
going to
20.
cast next?
And Poseidon is also going to be Lawrence Fishburne. Because fuck you.
No, but that just raises more questions, though. Who are they going to cast next?
The prince, he's going to be one of the McElroy brothers. And
what about Ursula? I heard they're casting
Amy Schumer, from what I heard.
Who are the cast? Really?
Amy Schumer as Ursula.
You know, I wanted like Divine to be like Ursula, because I heard originally that was what Ursula was based off was like Divine.
Yeah, too bad that
like
bitch is
drag
dead.
queen. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it would have been interesting to have someone, you know, since Disney wants to be so open-minded lately, to cast like a drag queen or something
Yeah.
for Ursula. That would have been really interesting.
Desmond
But,
is amazing.
no,
Should be Ursula.
Who?
Desmond is amazing.
Oh yeah, Desmond is amazing.
Oh my
Just
god.
have this little pipsqueak in this big like bodysuit, like just
Yeah.
like waddling around, like, like I'll get you, Ariel.
God, that
No, but who should be in Mulan instead of whoever they casted recently?
they're doing a Mulan.
I don't know who they casted, but yeah, they're doing a live-action Mulan movie. Who should be the new Mulan? Who should be the face
You know, it's.
of the Asian princess?
I do wonder, why does Disney like throwing money down the drain so often?
Because they know they're gonna make it back somehow. They're in a stroke of luck lately. Ever since John Carter, they're like, we cannot get any worse than this. We can only go up from here. And they did, somehow. Still baffles me. Really does.
I mean, like, it's pretty easy to not be John Carter. Like, fucking
I suppose.
John Carter, Ben-Hur, like, all these movies that are, like, based off really old properties, and they think they're going to revive them, but no. Just never. It never works.
Wait, John Carter's an old
Yeah, it was like a book from the 50s, I think.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I legit thought it was like their own made up universe.
No.
That's crazy. Huh.
What the?
No, but like, come on. Like, speaking of like made up universes, like, let's try to like jog our memory here. Like, try to really think of people they should cast next for another live action Disney movie. Like,
I guess.
what about a live action Treasure Planet?
Like,
Who should be who should be the lead for Treasure Planet? I mean, the possibilities are freaking endless.
the possibilities about 12 people. Yeah. I don't. Who makes these movies? Who like makes fucking like the Beauty and the Beast, the fucking like um the Lion King movie, Aladdin, like all these movies, and like just thinks to themselves, yeah, I'm doing good stuff here. I'm doing real good stuff.
Pedophiles, because they are doing good things, behind the scenes,
Behind the scenes. Like, I don't know. Like, Disney movies, like, as much as I hate, like, the people who get angry at, like, fucking comics and Star Wars and stuff, like, they do have a point, and I, like, sometimes watch them because they usually, like, nobody else is covering this crazy shit, and it's, like, just weird seeing these people, like, sacrifice, like, story for inclusiveness. But it's also weird to see, like, fucking grown men who hate these, like, books and, like, fucking games and whatnot to actually buy the fucking game and, like, just stop talking about it. Legit. Like, entertainment is the only, like, system that can operate on a free market. Like, if they die, whatever. Who gives a shit? Like,
Jake, are you actually telling us that in order for these things to go away, we should just stop complaining about them?
maybe.
That's such a crazy idea.
Yeah, I know. Like, when has ever ignoring something ever made them stop? You know?
Yeah, I mean, America ignored Germany for a while. No, but for real, like,
Yeah.
I really do think people who are like that need to shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Because it's just so annoying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we get it. This is apparently a bad thing.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not gonna see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pity. I'm never gonna buy this product.
Yeah.
And it's a crying shame that I will never get to experience this bad movie. Wow.
Yeah.
Just off.
I mean, people, like, it's fucking ludicrous, like, to really care about this stuff. Like, it's just not going to help, to be honest. Like, for real.
Now, if you really want to help, I think what you should do
Is subscribe.
Is subscribe.
Yes.
Exactly.
Want good media? Subscribe to us. There you go.
Yeah.
But, like,
and then you can shut the fuck
yeah.
up.
Like, I don't know. Like, that whole shit's got me, like, bummed out because it's like everybody's, like, trying to do something and it's like there's nothing to do. Like, yeah. Sorry to end this show on a downer, guys. I mean, there's a lot of downer stuff, to be honest. Like, one of our fans left, in a way, you know?
Yeah. So we had this fan. I would argue he was our biggest fan.
He was our only
this
fan.
kid actually binge watched. Yeah, he was our only fan. That this kid actually binge watched all our podcasts all in a row. Like, I give anyone credit if they could do something like that. Yeah. He goes by the name of MRZ. He's a cool kid. He used to make videos a lot.
Yeah.
Thinking about stuff that he liked or whatever. And more recently, he just gave up. He said the internet, like a lot of things that he's been through online or whatever, is just he just can't take it. And he decided to he got rid of his YouTube channel. He shut down some of his alt accounts on other places. He's just gone quiet, and it's a shame
Yeah.
because I think everyone deserves a voice, and I think everyone deserves a platform to make content.
Yeah, exactly.
So him feeling like he can't, that just sucks. I think that everyone,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how big or small, or if you're opening Mike Eagle, I think you deserve a platform,
it's fucking.
even if you do want to fuck kids. I mean,
You're talking about two open Mike Eagle, not our open
oh
Mike
yeah,
Eagle.
the really open Mike Eagle. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sorry, regular open Mike Eagle.
Sorry.
I confused you with the really open Mike Eagle.
Like,
But yeah,
like, sorry if like this episode seems a little bit like chopped, but like we didn't have that much. Like the episode originally was going to be a lot more. There was a lot more vitriol involved, and it's like I didn't want to do that after a while because it's just like we can complain about the problems surrounding this and that, and also this situation with MRZ all we want, but you know, like fuck it, it's not going to like really help out in the end, you know?
yeah, you could say we decided to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we just decided that these people that we aren't going to name right now, and let me know we ain't bitches, all right? If you
We ain't bitch
yeah,
boys.
if you come at the Deep State crew, we will fucking wreck your ass. But like for the most part, we just decided after a while to just ignore all the people we find to be a negative influence on the internet in general and on like society, because they aren't worth talking about, to be honest. That's basically it. So if we can leave you guys with one parting word, it would be to, if you find somebody to be doing something that is overall a negative, just don't acknowledge them at all. Alright? The less power they have, the less eyes that they have on them, the more they get weaker, and the more, like, if you cultivate something great, is something that's actually worth a damn, you know, in the end, like, the people that you have a problem with, the people you're working opposite against, aren't going to be as powerful as before. That's basically it. So anyways, this has been Deep State. I'm Jacob Autism.
And I'm Madam Paula.
And this has been Deep State. Good night, everybody.